Design Sprint is a week-long, step-by-step process in which you solve big problems, create new products, or improve existing ones and test them with real users. You start up with a challenge or a problem, and you end up with a high-fidelity prototype tested with 5 users in less than a week. It all started at Google with Jake Knapp, who developed the concept. Then he moved to Google Ventures, perfected the framework, and tested it on more than 150 startups. Finally, Jake and his partner John Zaretsky published a book called Sprint, where they outlined the process step by step. Since its publication in 2016, the Sprint was used worldwide by leading startups and companies to speed up processes and test ideas faster. The first part of the Sprint is built from a series of workshops. Each workshop is built around a tangible outcome and consists of a series of exercises. In the workshops, you gather the key stakeholders, including the CEO or anybody that can be a decider for the sprint, a product person, somebody from marketing, someone from R&D, a designer, and most importantly, somebody that is familiar with the users, like sales or customer care. Including the facilitator, it is recommended that there will be 5 to 7 participants, but in no way more than 9, as this can get us into time trouble. Let's have a look at the process. As you can see, the first workshop is all about focusing on the challenge and aligning the team. The second workshop is about creating many different options for possible solutions. The third workshop is about curating and deciding on a solution. And the last one is about creating a plan of what the prototype will look like. The next 2 steps include the prototyping day, which is fully devoted to creating a real-looking prototype. And finally, the last steps are all about user testing and getting actionable results. So basically, you go from nothing, just having a problem, to a tested prototype in about a week. The original sprint, as described in the book, included 5 days and assumed the team are all present in one room for 3 days for workshopping. Through the years, the sprint has evolved and fine-tuned. One of the big changes was the realization that in many organizations, it's difficult to allocate 3 days with all key stakeholders. The way we practice the sprint when we do it in person is to do some more preparation work so we are able to do the full cycle in only 4 days, in which 2 are workshops days. So now, as you can see, the first day is dedicated for defining the challenge and creating solutions, and the second day is dedicated for curating and deciding on a concept and then planning the prototype. When we started to work remotely, we had to adjust again. We have added some changes to the framework of the sprint. We have noticed that it's super hard for people to sit in front of the computer for 2 days. So we changed and tweaked the schedule, but kept the process the same. Instead of 2 days of workshopping, we do it in 3-4 hours workshops, like this. First workshop, we define the challenge. Second workshop, we produce a large quantity of solutions. Third workshop, we curate and vote on the best solutions and also define a prototype with a storyboard. Along with generous timely breaks and some facilitation tricks, this structure enables us to keep the spirit up, avoid the Zoom fatigue, and still keep ourselves in the week-long structure. We found the sprint as effective in remote as it is in person. Each of the processes has its own merits and caveats, but if you stick to the logic and structure, you should be okay. Hope I shed some light and helped you better understand. Let me know how you solve big problems. And if you like this video, please register to our channel to get more product, UX, and innovation ideas and tips. See you next week.